Have you ever wondered what the difference between a barcode and a QR code is? Like, why didn't we just use barcodes for everything that QR codes are used for today? Well, a QR code or a quick response code is actually a type of barcode. It was invented in 1994 by Masahiro Hara and his team at Denso Wave in order to track automobile parts during manufacturing. There's actually a few different categories of barcodes. One-dimensional barcodes, which are the ones we tend to see in the supermarket, typically represented by vertical lines. Two-dimensional barcodes represented by vertical and horizontal lines, which can take the form of rectangles, dots, and other shapes. And then there are three-dimensional and even four-dimensional barcodes as well. I'll get to those in a bit. The reason why we use QR codes instead of barcodes is because that second dimension allows for more data storage. QR codes fall into the 2D category, but there are also other types of 2D barcodes, such as data matrix, PDF 417, Aztec code, and Maxi code, which all have different use cases. Data matrix is used for very small parts, like microchips or medical vials, since they don't require as much space as a QR code. PDF 417 can store much more data and is safer than QR, so it can be seen for ID cards, boarding passes, and documents. Aztec codes don't require a quiet zone or the white border surrounding a QR code, so it's great for tight spaces and often used for train tickets such as the Deutsche Bahn, the British National Rail, and Via Rail here in Canada, to name a few. You can tell an Aztec code by its little bullseye-looking center. This is standard across all of them. And finally, Maxi code, which is ideal for scanning moving items. So it's often used in package tracking by companies like UPS, who are the ones who developed it. So what about three-dimensional and four-dimensional barcodes? Well, if 1D is the y-axis and 2D is the y-axis and the x-axis, then 3D is what you'd expect, a z-axis. But the z-axis isn't necessarily physical depth, though it can be. It can also be implemented by using a layered texture, a holographic effect, a color or layered ink, or even a time-based component, any sort of additional dimension. The most common purpose of a 3D barcode is anti-counterfeiting. I saw this most recently when I went to a concert. I screen recorded my ticket because I knew I was making this video, and aside from the moving bar, you'll notice that the barcode actually slightly changes over time, so you can't just screenshot or share the ticket. Lastly, four-dimensional barcodes. They're not really standard practice on anything these days, they're more of a research and proof of concept system, but they've been used with everything from depth components to infrared, color, and time-based components. One can imagine them being used for even more security, but there's also people experimenting with them for potential uses in augmented reality. In any case, that's barcodes for you. So what are your favorite and least favorite QR code implementations?